Assalamu alaikum and good morning. This is going to be the sixth video of this lesson. The title of the lesson is Lost Spring. This is going to be the last video of this lesson, and inshallah we'll be able to finish. I would request all the students to open your textbook, and I'm reading from page number 19. Last video of this lesson. If you have any query, question, feel free to write in the comment box given below the video. Let's begin to read. The cry of not having money to do anything except carry on the business of making bangles, not even enough to eat, rings in every home. So there is people of Firozabad are living in abject poverty. They are living in dungeon. Their life is full of hardship. They are away from all materialist facilities. They are deprived from their rights even. And there is always a complaint of shortage of food, shortage of money. That rings in every home of Firozabad. Means they are living in abject poverty. The young men echo the lament of their elders. Same. The young men echo the lament of their elders. Even elders are complaining. Little has moved with time, it seems. In Firozabad, there is no improvement has taken place up till now in Firozabad. Years of mind numbings, years of struggle, and years of hardship, and years of sorrowful condition have killed initiative and the ability to dream. The years of sorrow and years of struggles have killed the ability of dreaming for the people of Firozabad. This is the explanation. Now let me explain. Ring sound which is repeated, echo, repeat, lament, complaint, mind numbing, boring, toil, physical hard work done to earn a living. This is the explanation. Now explain you in a nutshell. This problem was prevalent in all the homes which carried on the profession. They didn't know anything else other than bangle making. It didn't even provide them enough to eat. Just imagine. The young men who had entered the traditional profession also had the same complaint. With the passing of time, there was no improvement in their condition. As they had been doing hard work for countless number of years, they didn't have an ability to do something else or to dream of it. This is the explanation. Let's begin to read the next paragraph. Why not organize yourselves into a cooperative? The writer asked a question to the villagers, to the young people, that why they are not organized cooperative. One organization where they can fight together, where they can where and when they can join their hands together and fight against the exploitation, and can raise their voice against the injustice done to them. I asked a group of young men who have fallen into the vicious circle of middlemen. Vicious, very cruel. Vicious means very cruel. So there is a group of young men who get stuck into the vicious circle of middlemen, businessmen, who trap their fathers and forefathers. These are the middlemen, these are the businessmen who trap their fathers and their forefathers, and they get stuck into that vicious circle of cruelty, of the same laboring work, same hardship, same sorrowful condition, and they are not able to come out of it. Even if we get organized, we are the ones who will be hold up by the police. Hold up means violent. Pool come to violent pools means will be beaten by police, will be stopped by police. Even if we get organized, if we get together, and if we just create a unity among us, will be stopped by police, and police will not allow us to get united, and not only stop, beaten and dragged to jail before doing something illegal, right? For them raising their voice, fighting against the injustice, they consider it's illegal, and they are being badly exploited by police, by shahuka, by middlemen, by moneylender and all these, and they are living their lives in abject, deteriorated, very pathetic and very sorrowful, and in a very deteriorated condition. They say there is no leader among them. They say there is no leader among them. No one who could help them see things differently. There is no one who can help them to fight against all these deteriorated condition. Their fathers are as tired as they are, and they are as tired as their fathers. Let me explain in a nutshell so you can understand it well. The writer suggests them to form a cooperative. She talked to a group of young men to get out of the clutches of the cruel middlemen who had trapped their elders. The men said that if they dared to do something like that, they would be dragged and beaten up by the police and sent to jail. Their acts would be termed to be unlawful. The writer felt that as they had no leaders, they could not think of doing things differently. They all were so tired, the men and their fathers. Now let me tell you one thing, that student of 12th standard, that this year is so precious for you, and you should take maximum advantage of this COVID-19, as you do not have any other work but to study at home. If I were on your place, I would get more than 95% in board exam, because there is no any work but to study. Your time is saved for going to school, right? You have no any other work but to study. I would request all the students from all sides of my heart to pay attention and to study well, and give reward and award to your parents, right? So this is my humble yet very emphatic request to all the students of 12th standard, especially commerce and science, to put all your efforts to understand the textbook, to understand each and every content of the subjects. If you will be careless, negligent towards your study, then you will see the consequences, right? So please try to understand and study well, put all your efforts. अगर जहाँ तक as long as my subject, English subject is concerned, I personally request you that if you have any query, I will always be available online. Means you can contact me on my mobile number. Inshallah, I will help you to understand. I will solve your problems, but at least try to understand textbook. Go through the textbook, read the question answer. The language paper seems to be so easy for the student of English medium, but you should have that much good command over English, then it will become easy for you. There is students do not have knowledge of phrasal verb, they don't have sound knowledge of reported speech, concept of active passive, gerund, then after clauses, then form of adjectives, tenses. Then how this paper of English will become easy for you? It will be difficult for you. So at least you have something to pass. You have at least content to get good marks. So request you please to go through the textbook, try to understand and read it. If you will not go through these videos uploaded by your teachers, then you will be there in the state of loss, and you will have to pay for that. Understood? Let's read it together. They talk endlessly in spiral that move from power to apathy. Udasinta, apathy means sadness, insensibility, to greed and to injustice. They just keep on talking. See the condition of these Firozabad people. Right. Listening to them, I see two distinct worlds. Writer is saying that she come to the conclusion and she has found two kind of worlds in Firozabad. One of the family caught in a web of poverty. One family is get stuck, get caught, get trapped in the web of poverty, burdened by the stigma of caste in which they are born. They are burdened because it's a tradition that's in India. Business is being carried by children, and if they go away from their ancestor business or profession, then they are being targeted by upper caste people. So they get stuck into this stigma of caste, where they have to do the same business, same profession of Bengal making. They are born. Other vicious, very vicious, very cruel. The other vicious circle of the Shahukar, business, money lenders, the middlemen, the policemen, the keeper of law, the bureaucrats and the politicians. These are all the people. These are all the dirty people. They are exploiting. I don't say every politician or every policeman, but these are the only people who are exploiting poor people. If I would be there in live class, then I would have discussed much about this, but it's okay. Together they have imposed the baggage on the child. These all peoples who are Shahukar, middleman, policeman, keeper of law, they have imposed a baggage, a very big baggage. Baggage means burden on the child that he cannot put down. They have put that much big burden on that child he is not able to even put down. Before he is aware, he accepts it as naturally as his father. And he is accepted because he is born and brought up in that culture. Ultimately, he become habituated and he accepts it gladly. To do anything else would mean to dare. And to do anything which means to dare. Spiral, never-ending, continuous apathy, lack of concern, greed, intense and selfish desire for something distinct, separate or different, stigma, dishonor, bureaucrats, government official, impose force upon, baggage, burden, dare to do something courageous. The men complained that it was continuous process. Their poor condition led to the lack of concern for their problems. This made them greedy and led to injustice. The writer envisioned that there were two separate worlds. One was of such families who were stuck in poverty and the pressure of doing the traditional profession according to the caste in which they were born. The other world is a never-ending cycle of money lenders, middlemen, policemen, law keepers, government officials and politicians. Both these worlds had forced the young boys to follow the family tradition. The young boys get into the profession and become part of the vicious cycle even before they realize it. If they did anything else, it meant that they were challenging these two worlds. Last paragraph I am here to explain you, then after we will say adieu to this lesson also. And daring is not part of his growing up. The child who is born and brought up in such culture where the children are being exploited, young people are being exploited, and in such environment, if someone is there doing daring, it means it's not part of his growing up because he has not learned to dare. When I sense flash of it in Mukesh, I am cheered. And I see the flash of daring in the personality of Mukesh, and I am so happy to know about it. Who is saying this? Writer. What is the name of the writer? The name of writer Anish Jan. I want to be a motor mechanic, he repeats. He doesn't want to get stuck into the vicious cycle of bangle making. He doesn't want to follow his ancestor, his fathers, but he wants to be away from that path, and he wants to do something different, and he wants to be a motor mechanic. He will go to a garage and learn, but garage is long way from his home. I will walk, he insists. Garage is very far away, and see his determination, his firmness, his willingness to do something. He says he would keep on walking, he would go on walk. Do you dream of flying an airplane? See, the writer is asking questions as, do you also dream of flying an aeroplane? This is ridiculous. I personally believe that one should not ask such question. See, do you also dream of flying an airplane? He doesn't have bicycle, and she's asking question of flying a plane. He's suddenly silent. No, he says, staring the ground in his small murmur. There is an embarrassment that has not yet turned into regret. He felt so much embarrassment. He just looked down. One should not ask such question. And she asked question. He's content to dream of cars. He's there. He just dream. He's not dreaming of flying aeroplane. But what he sees, he dreams. He's content to dream of cars that he sees hurtling down, moving around, moving very fast. The street of his town. Few aeroplanes fly over Firozabad. Right? So this is, let me explain you. The boys had not been reared up or nurtured or brought up to be bold so that they could dare to go against the system. The writer was happy to sense that Mukesh had the spark in him. He repeated that he would be a motor mechanic. He wanted to go to a garage and learn the job. The writer asked that as the garage was at a distance from his home, Mukesh insisted that he would walk up to it. She asked him if he dreamed of flying planes. The boy became silent and refused. He didn't know about them as he didn't know about planes. Not many planes flew over Firozabad, as they had only seen cars moving around in Firozabad. His dreams were restricted up to them. This is the end of this lesson. I hope you have understood. In this lesson, you must have seen the picture of our country. In our country, this is only the lesson. But in reality, there are thousands and crores people living in abject poverty, deprived from homes, shelters, food, clothes, living in hut, no shelter. Government is doing nothing. Rich people are not at all taking care of these poor extremely living in abject poverty, destitute, orphan, widow. No one is there taking care of them, and they get stuck in this vicious cycle of bureaucrats, politicians, policemen, shahukar, right? And they are not able to come out of it. We should do something for these people, at least. When Almighty Allah give us risk, then we should sure think about these extremely poor people. That's why it is compulsory to pay zakat in our religion. We should proud to be a Muslim. We really do have great religion, and I'm proud of it. Let us understand the question answer. What is Sahib looking for in the garbage dumps? Where is he and where has he come from? This is a question which I am asking. Where is Sahib looking for? What is Sahib looking for in the garbage dumps? Where is he and where has he come from? Sahib is looking for any precious thing which he cannot afford to buy. Number one, things like a rupee, silver coin, or pair of shoes. He has come to the garbage dump in the writer's neighborhood. He lives in Simapuri in Delhi and has come from Dhaka. What explanation does the author offer for the children not wearing footwear? The author says that they do not wear footwear because it is tradition in their families to remain barefoot. Very easy. Is Sahib happy worker? Is Sahib happy working at the tea stall? No, not at all. I am asking. Is Sahib happy working at the tea stall? Explain. Sahib is happy that he has got work at the tea stall. He will get 800 rupees every month and his meals too. Yes. What makes the city of Firozabad famous? Firozabad is famous for glass blowing industry. Yes. Mention the hazard of working in the glass Bengal industry. People who work in glass Bengal industry lose their eyesight. They become blind at very small age before they become adult. Too much can be said, but let us move further. How is Mukesh's attitude to his situation different from that of his family? Yeah, Mukesh dared to dream and he has way out of his situation. He aspired to become a motor mechanic. On the other hand, his family doesn't dare to dream. They are too tired and scared to do something to come out of their grim situation. Question: what forces conspire to keep the worker in the Bengal industry of Firozabad in poverty? Why they get stuck in that poverty? The writer tells us that the Bengals maker of Firozabad are poverty stricken. They are burdened by the fact of the particular caste in which they are born. Bengal makers. They have to continue the traditional profession. Further, the society has formed harsh circle around them. The moneylender, middlemen, policemen, law keepers, officer and politician all together form barrier around them and tie them in the grip of poverty and they cannot escape from it. How, in your opinion, can Mukesh realize his dream? Mukesh dared to dream and wanted to become motor mechanic. He wanted to drive cars too. He took the initial step by aspiring to do something different from family business. I think that Mukesh can realize his dream with determination and hard work. Mention the hazards of working in the glass Bengal industry. The poor Bengal maker in Firozabad work in dangerous condition. The furnaces have very high temperature and no ventilation. Hence, they are prone to ailment like a lung cancer. While polishing the bangles, the dust harms their eyes and many lose their vision. They remain in dark for long hours and so are unable to see during the daytime. Why should child labor be eliminated and how? Forcing a child to work is a crime. This is so in order to prevent the exploitation of children. If forced to work, children cannot enjoy their childhood. They cannot get proper education. Also, when they are forced into hazardous work, they get ailments at a young age. This destroys their future. The parents overlook all these facts as they need money. So the government has to become proactive and take measures to check child labor and enforce the law strictly. Anyway, this is the end of this lesson. I have already discussed the question answer also. I would request all the students to make yourself bulletproof warrior and victor, not victim, not dodgeball and not warrior. Okay, Allah Hafiz.